Hi, today we are at our second cemetery. This is Rodgers Cemetery off of Glades Road in Harrison Township, Scioto County, Ohio. And we were told about this cemetery after coming from another cemetery from Gregory Cemetery, just down the road. And then we were told, make a right, go to the top of the hill, and there it is. And sure enough, here we are. And this is an older cemetery, and then to our right it looks like we have a newer cemetery, and that may be private property. And since we haven't received permission, we're not going to go there, so we're going to go to the historic part of this cemetery today. And we'll just kind of work our rows back and forth. This is Nellie Frowine. These are both children's burials from 1869 and 1881. We'll kind of work our way past. Now, what's nice is it looks, there's cedar trees here right in the middle of the cemetery, and it looks like the townships recently came in and done some maintenance, and they've taken the lower boughs up about 10 feet. So that's all been cleared. Here we have a marker for Samuel Wallace, who died March 29th, 1896. And we have some really neat carving there. We have two books. And we can tell that with the cedar limbs that were down lower, a lot of these markers didn't get adequate light. And so we have some growth on the sides of them. We might come back out and clean these. There's a mixed orientation. Some of them are facing east, some of them aren't, so they might have been reset. We have Joseph and Sarah Stockham, 1927 and 1915. John Stockham, 1929. And kind of make our way over here. We have J.F. Cole, 1909, and children, Ruby, Lula, and Leslie. Don't know if that means that is her children or were her children, but they're there. This one you can see is superbly covered in black algae. It's really hardened, but a little bit of D2 or even catching at the right time of day, this stone might be more legible. Make our way over here to this corner. The direction of the sun's really improved. So since we photographed, we know our processes, we normally come through and photograph all the stones, take our 360 photos, and then we take a video. So since we took our original photos, the daylight's changed a little bit. So Alzina Rodgers, born November 21st, 1837, and then died July 8th, 1921. And go over here to Cordelia Malt, who died in 1917, and she's all the way over here by herself. And we have a burn spot where it looks like they probably burned these limbs. This is another Rodgers burial. It's marble. Looks like Nathaniel Rodgers. And this one is interesting. This is East India Rodgers. Looks like she died 1890. So kind of go here. We have two newer markers. We have Gary Michael Smith, and then Lola and Lonnie Smith. And then another marker for Lola and Lonnie. You can kind of pan around and you can see they've done a great job. Harrison Township trustees and their employees have done a great job of maintaining this cemetery. Not only is it well mowed and the limbs maintained, they've even put up a new gate. We have a partially buried headstone for Andrew, looks like Purdy, Company A. I'm gonna guess it's Civil War burial. So we'll come back and see who he was with. And then we have here we kind of have this expansive open ground. May not be as open as it appears. We have some, because we start to head into fieldstone. So we have some fieldstone burials here. And while it looks like fieldstone, we get in really close. We can see this is the headstone for Elizabeth Rodgers, who died November the 5th, 1826, in her 65th years of age. And the epitaph reads, "Behold, ye people passing by, as you are now, so once was I. As I am now, so must you be. Prepare for death and follow me." That's a pretty common epitaph for the time period. And then we have her footstone there. Now, we come around this way. Here we have marker for James L., son of Levine and Elizabeth Rodgers, who died November 1st, 1847, in his 18th year of age. So, more Rodgers. We come around here, and we found one part here upside down. We put them together to photograph, but that's Catherine, daughter of Levine and Elizabeth Rodgers, who died, looks like November 9th, 1847, age 3 years. So we have two Rodgers here. These are currently unreadable as they are, but we can kind of make out parts of names like parents' names and surnames. So we're going to say that these are all still family. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 markers there that are in some way related to Levine and Elizabeth Rodgers. So we'll get those cleaned up on another day. And then over here underneath this ginormous pine tree, it looks like we have some broken bases. And you can still see the marble headstone inside. But take one last kind of panning shot of the cemetery. Again, this is Rodgers Cemetery in Harris Township, Scioto County, Ohio. So, thank you all for watching.